people. Isn't this beautiful? You know, people talk about fall as being, you know, things dying. Hello, Jamie. You know, a lot of people talk about, you know, how depressing rain is and how when it's wet, it's icky. Hey, I think this is absolutely beautiful. I don't find it icky. I don't find rain miserable. I don't find any of that stuff, you know, depressing or limiting or horrible. So this worries me though. See this stream? This stream is usually a lot more full than this, but it's pretty low because, well, we didn't have enough water. Although there was a little while there where we had too much rain, so the stream came back. You should have seen this in the middle of summer. It was horrible. It was like, there's barely any water at all. But now there's water. This is still classified as a salmon stream. I know, right in the middle of a residential and commercial area. Lovely grassy area and trees and everything, and this wonderful, beautiful stream. And we used to come down here and see the salmon, you know, because there's a hatchery apparently all the way down there. And the little baby salmon used to come all the way up, but when the weather started changing, and then we had a windstorm that knocked over trees, and they had to have construction equipment in here to drag it all out, and so it's getting back, a little tiny bit at a time. It's slowly living again. That makes me happy, but they haven't gone back to releasing the salmon into it, or they have and they're not making it upstream. Either way, that's kind of a bummer. So yeah, check this out. All these colors. I love living in this country. There are times I want to go back to Ontario though. There's more color. Like some of these plants will never go autumn, will never go fall, will never go brown, will never go yellow. They're just going to stay green. But BC, oh hearts, thank you so much. BC's a little more greener than the other provinces because it's a rainforest. So a lot of these plants, like the ferns for example, those are rainforest plants. You don't see those in Ontario unless they were purposely planted. So it's kind of exciting moving across country. Like, I mean, check out this, here, let me see if I can put my foot next to it. I mean, that's a big maple leaf. Back in Ontario, they're small like this guy over here. See, I can put my foot over top of this one? That's what they're like in Ontario and Quebec. This is BC. This is the maple leaves out here. Huge, they are. And when I first moved out here, I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, I've never seen leaves this big. Thank you for the hearts, I appreciate it. But yeah, so it's been a whole, like, I mean, I've been out here for a little while now, but it still is such a new experience. So when autumn comes, when fall hits, I get so excited when all the leaves start falling because it's smile, thank you. Marion, Pittsburgh. Yeah, see, no, Pittsburgh has the kind of weather I'm used to. But yeah, you see how a lot of these trees are still very green? All the bushes are still very green? That's BC. Very small percentage of the plants will go autumn colors. Yes, yes. Whereas back there, in the eastern half of the continent, all of this would be like turning colors. Not here. So look at these little pockets of trees that some of them aren't even from here. But you see, again, how big these leaves are, right? Maple trees out here don't produce maple syrup. They, all their nutrition goes to the big, huge leaves. But they're all big. You see, it's mostly the maple trees that turn color and drop their leaves. But a lot of the, see, that's one. But yeah, a lot of the local growth does not. It stays green. See, these are also very common out here. Quickly. Our trees are all turning now. I've never seen a maple leaf so big. Yeah, I know, isn't that wild? Even the small ones are big. Oh yeah, it's just, I moved out here and I'd never seen them that big either. And then it was just such an exciting adventure to move, LOL. I know. But out here, it's, I wish I was down in Stanley Park right now. This is only a little park out in Burnaby. But in Stanley Park, they've got these plants are these big, huge, massive leaves that are just like as big as a human. Where did you move from? Toronto. Toronto, Ontario. So, big city kid. Used to all the smog. Used to all the 24-hour services, and out here the most 24 hours is pho places and Chinese restaurants. Everything else is pretty small in time, which is kind of a shame, but you know, work moved here, so we moved with it. And but it was a very big change. People don't realize, like, even though it's the same country, there's so many differences. We should go to the Rocky Mountain. Well, we kind of drove through them on the way here. Okay, Toronto is great. Thank you. Oh my God, I think so too. We go back as guests for Anime North every year, and at least we're hoping with some of the budget changes, it may not happen next year, but we'll see. But yeah, we go back to Toronto for Anime North, and it was great. It was really nice to be home for a bit, but the work's still here. We have family in Toronto. Really? Cool. Cool. Did they move up to Toronto? Italian. Nice. Yeah, mine's a bit of a mutt family. English, Irish, Scottish, French, Canadian, Parisian French, and Native Indian. It's quite a mixture of people and genetics in my family. We're not, but I don't look Native at all. Duh! I've only been to Whistler once, and that was nice, thank you. That was shortly after we moved here. Went up to Whistler to just check things out and say hi to some people we hadn't met yet. And I'm sorry I don't understand what you're saying. That's obviously another language. But it was nice. But I'm not a downhill skier. I'm a cross-country skier. And I haven't gone cross-country skiing since I moved here. We tried once, but discovered that Ontario cross-country skis don't work in British Columbia. They only work in Ontario and Quebec, so they only work in the snow belt, because something about the texture on the bottom of them, unless your skis are, what did the guy call it? Unless the skis are scaled, they can't grip the snow out here. So you wind up getting kind of stuck, and you slip and you slide and you wind up on your butt. What's your favorite restaurant in Vancouver? Wow. My favorite restaurant out here, unfortunately, is not on the side of the border. It's south of the border. My favorite restaurant in Vancouver. There's a pho place out here in Burnaby that I like, that isn't far from this park. And we go there all the time, especially when, like, they're 24 hours, so get off set in the middle of the night, you gotta eat. Favorite restaurant in Vancouver. Not sure I have one. I guess Storm Crow. I used to like Hell Pizza, but they stopped my favorite pizza because hello new people. But Storm Crow is a geek restaurant on the Danforth. Salam. So it's kind of neat because you go in there and you can play board games and stuff like that, and they give you your menu, and they give you your drink menu, and then they give you your game menu. So they got card games and board games and all these cool things, so you can sit there and you can play games while you eat, you know, even if you're waiting for your food and stuff like that. And they got 20-sided dice that you can roll. Die, it's singular. 20-sided die that you can roll. I love to ride a horse. Cool. We do that. A lot of what we do is historically based entertainment, so we're on horses all the time. It's pretty cool. And then we deal with a lot of stage props and film production and stuff like that. So guns and cannons and sword fighting, and it's not an easy life, but it's a good one. You know, so we survive. And right now, all these productions are trying to wrap up, so we're really busy. So I thought I'd take a break and go for a very long walk. I think I've gone longer than I thought I would, but you know, I had some battery power left, so I thought, why not? Which is better, Toronto or Vancouver? What do you want out of life? I don't think anywhere is better. Like in 1999, I'm going to stop for a minute. In 1999, I was in California, and I didn't want to come back because there were so many things I loved about California, and I felt I was there for too short a time to really appreciate it. But I wouldn't say neither one is better. They're definitely different. British Columbia frustrates me as a province. I find it very limiting. Hours are not very long. There's a lot of passiveness or passive aggressiveness, and there's a lot of it's the highest percentage of people who are diagnosed as being depressed in the country. It's there's a lot of really crappy things, and people get all these seasonal disorders and stuff like that. So it's, in many ways, it's very defeatist. However, the plants are beautiful. The air is beautiful. I think the weather is beautiful. The rain doesn't bother me, and work is here. So we say. Toronto is 24/7. It's my favorite place to be. It's fast-paced. It's effective. It's efficient. People seem to respect time and money a little more there, which leaves you with more time and money to do things, whereas here it's very expensive and there's very little respect for each other. The housing market is better in Toronto than it is here. It's more expensive here. So if you want to buy a house, Toronto's better. I wouldn't say either one is better. My attitude on life has always been, where do I need to be right now? I admit I miss Toronto. I very much miss Toronto. It's my baby, my city, my hometown, my identity. You should smoke some weed. No, God, that stuff makes me sick. So damn sick. I have never, even when I was doing the Rocky Horror thing back in high school, I wouldn't touch the stuff. No, not all of us could do it, you know? Even if people are smoking it next to me, my stomach, I'm okay for like the first minute or two, and it's just like, I smoke cigars, though. I do, every once in a while. They're cheaper in the States, so I tend to smoke when I'm in the States. I'll go and get a nice cigar, like a Java, or try Vancouver. No, weed makes me sick. Again, weed makes me sick. Doesn't matter where it comes from, weed makes me sick. I can say it again. You do not want to see what happens. I tried it once. It was more than enough to make me go, ugh, never again. You seriously almost look American. Wow. Do I? What does an American look like? I have a lot of American friends. They say Torontonians, like the people from Toronto, they say we're the Northern Americans. Like, I never heard the term until I moved to British Columbia, and then suddenly it's like, back. But yeah, suddenly it's like, yeah, apparently the way we talk and the way we carry ourselves, we're American. I don't know. Last I checked, Toronto was in Canada. But I didn't know Americans had a distinct look, that I would look American. That's hilarious. Thank you, I think. I have a lot of American friends. Do you see a lot of moose here? No. God, no. I think, well, here it's mostly bears. You see a lot of bears here. Oh my Lord, everywhere. Bears, 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 bears. Coming into the cities now, they got all these warnings. We're not supposed to do certain things with our garbage. We're not supposed to, if you have a bird feeder, it's not supposed to be in reach of anything that a bear can get to because it encourages them. Moose are predominantly, mostly in the snow belt. So Ontario, Quebec, Manitoba gets a lot of moose. But, I haven't even seen a beaver since I moved here. Apparently there are some, but very few. There's a lot of beaver. A purple devil. Oh, that's kind of cool. Hi. Did you go to Naked Sea? Naked Sea. Are we talking the nudist beach? If you are, the answer's no. From where are you? As in, where was I born? Toronto. Where is Naked Sea? Are we? Depends on what they're talking about. If we're talking about Wreck Beach, then it's on the university grounds, and I have no need for it and no time when you work in the entertainment industry in Vancouver, so you could be talking about the nude beach. That's no. I have no desire whatsoever. I'm not the type of person. I'd rather put on roller skates and hit the roller rink down in Surrey. Or, you from Canada? Yep, I am. Born and raised. Let's see. I do a lot of, I love going out to movies. There's the new VIP theater not far from us. We should go together. The beach or skating? Because I won't go, I have no desire. I like Canada. Cool. It's a big country. It's a really big country. Physically, we're huge in comparison to our population. I was on a topless beach once in Miami. It wasn't as great as you would think. Yeah, it's all hype and crap. I have no desire. To me, it's a waste of time. I'm from Israel. Cool. It's kind of too bad. I got a bug bothering me. It's kind of too bad that on Periscope I can't hear your guys' accents. Vote for Trump. I'm in Canada. North of the border. We have Trudeau, not Trump. You know, the better tea. Lucky you being in Canada. Okay, stop this vote Trump thing or I'm blocking you. Seriously, we're not here. Number 5, Oregon. What, as in the I-5? Go to USA and vote Trump. All right, I already said that if you did it again, I'm blocking you. Gone. This is no place for American politics. I'm really sick of this. I mean, it doesn't matter who I wanted. Like, sorry, my English is poor. No, it's fine. Most Canadians and Americans can't speak English properly either. So it's okay. Show the woods behind you. Well, right now, if I flip the camera around, and I turn around, see that? Oh, where'd my water go? Here's my water. So it's literally, we're sick of it too, yeah. Well, and this is it. When we had our elections and Trudeau was elected, I didn't vote for him. But I'm happy he got in. I mean, you gotta just take a breather and just decide who you trust more than who and how it's going to play out. And are you single? Nope. Nope, not single. Haven't been single in years. Good weather. It's beautiful weather. It's gorgeous weather. We got a little bit of that windstorm, but parts of Washington State and Oregon got it worse than us. So, and apparently Ontario, back east, got a really nasty windstorm in central Ontario, and they lost a whole bunch of stuff and was damaged. Are you at home? Oh God, no. If I was at home, my locations thing wouldn't be on. I'm smart. I was in Canada once, Montreal, colder than a witch's nipple. What time of year did you go? I like Trudeau, seems like a smart guy. He is. I was actually kind of surprised. Are you working? Yeah, I was. I'm not now, which is why I can stop for a bit. Have a good day. Have a good day. Thank you so much. You too. But I was. Production takes us everywhere. I've learned where all these little nice pockets are so I can stop every once in a while and just appreciate the world. You're nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. That makes me very happy. People need to just recognize each other a little more and stop yelling and screaming. You know, when we support people, show the tree with color. This one here, isn't that cool? And it's kind of on its own. It doesn't even have other trees around it. Isn't that neat? There was a few more back in there when I was walking the path. Hiya, Shelts from Langley. Hello, Langley. I assume you guys are getting some color too. Beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? I do miss Ontario, because that would be everywhere. It's still kind of weird here, accepting the fact that some of these trees will never grow color. Hello, baby? I'm a little older than a baby. Looks like a maple. Is it raining there? No, it's not raining here. We got clouds, but no more rain. Not for a while, I guess. I think it's a type of maple. No, it's not. They're round leaves. The maples are back in there. And the leaves are huge on the maple trees. I mean, super, super huge. Or what? Or Chinese pistache? Is that how that's pronounced? Pistache? Cam here, camera. Cam here, camera. Didn't understand that. Help. Is Cam your name? Yep, okay. So that was the right way to pronounce it. We have high temperatures of the newsroom. As in the weather report is predicting high temperatures. Yeah, it was really funny when I saw the weather report for Ontario back home. And it's like weather was like hitting 25 and 27 degrees and then dropping all of a sudden. Celsius. We speak Celsius here. I can't remember what the Fahrenheit conversion is. When I was down in Los Angeles, I had to remember all of that. But that was in like 1999, so it was a while ago. And even though I go over the border, we're getting so lazy nowadays. We have all these apps that we don't have to do the math ourselves. See, that's the same tree. I don't know if that one is. It's redder. Finger, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. But here, let me get closer so you can see the leaves. And then maybe you can tell me what it is. Does this help? What is that? I don't know what kind of tree this is. I still think it's weird moving across country because there's so many trees here that we don't have in Ontario. So I don't know what they're called. I have no idea what they're called. But these are kind of neat because the edge of the leaves are kind of jagged. Hearts, I love hearts. I really do love hearts. But check out the color. I mean, that is such a cool thing. And then you got these big things that stay green forever. Evergreens. But I don't know what kind of tree this is. I'm happy I pronounced it right, if that's the right kind of tree. And the bark is so dark. And this I got a hard time getting used to. Very nice there. Thank you. It is very nice here. Mother Nature's on our side for once. But this is the other thing I had to get used to is the amount of moss. Like even the smallest amount on every single tree. I've been told that that's common in rainforests, but you know, Toronto we don't get that much moss on trees. When I first moved here, I went up to the North Shore. There's another one right there. I went over to the North Shore and there was like drapes and drapes and drapes of moss. Just everywhere, just like flowing off the trees, and it was incredible, and I'd never seen anything like it ever. And I went down to Stanley Park and there were these bushes and stuff with these big massive leaves that were the same size as humans, and it was just like, wow. You know, it's really cool. You know, if you just accept the differences between different places, it's really cool to move from Ontario to BC. You know, and like I said, I was in California in '99, and that was different. And I've only visited New Orleans, and I've never stayed there for too long enough to really make a judgment call. You see how this one's gone like a dark purple. I don't know what kind of tree this is either, but it's gone really dark purple. And it was this really great, rich, dark green to start, and then it goes like purple this time of year. These will start changing soon by us here. Yeah? Cool. All the same colors, I assume. You see, I'm still having a hard time with this, all the little moss bits on the trees. I still think that's cool. So we don't get a lot. We don't get things like that in Ontario. Hour away from Tahoe. Oh, really? Nice. That's cool. Who are you in? Proficient? Proficient. Help me out. What does that question mean? Who are you in proficient? And this one's cool. I think this is my favorite color of all of these trees because it really stands out. Check it out. Isn't that incredible? Your work. Oh, profession. Cool. Now I get it. A lot of things. I'm in. Oh, am I getting a visitor? Oh, I'm getting a visitor. Hi. Hi. I make props. We're called creative fabricators now, it seems. It's a new term. I do editing, I do directing, I do writing, I do acting. That looks like liquid amber. This one? Yeah, it's pretty cool. The tree, cool. Yeah. Yep, okay, cool. That's the hardest thing with the delay on Periscope, is you're guessing all the time. But I've been in the entertainment industry since an 8-year-old kid. I started as a child reporter. So that was nice. That was cool. It helped me with, gain an identity. And gave me things to do. And then I went from being a child reporter to doing a lot of stage stuff with friends to help an independent school raise money. So I did a lot of stage there, and then I became a weirdo as a teenager and put blue streaks in my hair and shaved off my eyebrows and did unusual things. And was a rebel in a band. It was an interesting time, the 80s. And yeah. then did more acting, and for a while I did a lot of background, and I did camera at City TV and tape off at Much Operations. So back when we had VHS. This place is in Vancouver, just outside of Vancouver. Actually, if I walked back to where I was, somewhere over there is Boundary Road, and Boundary Road is literally the boundary between Vancouver and Burnaby. And I'm just on the Burnaby side. It's a little teeny park tucked away, and it's got a tennis court that you can tell when the leagues are here. And when it comes to winter, they take down all this nice. It is nice. It's very pretty. There's a lot of little pretty pockets if you explore enough. Like I like going to Horseshoe Bay as well. So when we shoot out in West Vancouver, I'll get in the car and I'll drive down to Horseshoe Bay. Check out a friend of mine online from Sonoma County, Mary Gannon Graham. You two have a lot in common. Oh, sweet! I'll play that back later on the replay. I'll write that down and take a peek when I'm actually on a computer. Right now, this phone is attached to a booster. She's an actress. Cool. Yeah, there's a lot of us. There's no shortage of us. Artistic types, I guess is what you can safely call us. I'm a wonderful lady. Oh good, we need more of those. There's too many snobs in this industry. I'm so tired of people who are so over unionized. They sit and do nothing and expect to get paid, and the rest of us are busting our asses. I don't see anybody. Well, it's because I'm pointing it away from you. Oh, you mean as in the park? Well, I'm trying to be courteous. Place. All right, sure, but no, I'm just trying to be courteous as much as possible to people in the park. I'm pointing away from them unless they don't mind. She teaches young actors in a theater company. See, and that's a dying art. It's a shame. So many people just, you know, I meet these kids, and I'm going to call them kids. You know, I meet them and they're in their teens and their 20s, and they all want to be rich and famous, and then they're trying so hard to be anorexic, and, you know, whoopsie, don't know the language. Sorry, honey. These are middle school students. Oh, good. Oh, good. It'll give them a chance to start expressing themselves. And a heart. Nice. Kissy lips. Kissy lips and a heart. That's sweet. Yeah, it's really quiet today. It was really busy the other day. There was a whole bunch of kids out here when I cut through again, because just up there's a 7-Eleven. Do I have a family? Well, I came from one. I do. We did a production of Little Mermaid on stage. Oh, that would have been so much fun. Color. Yes, all the color. Yep. Oh, neat. That would have been cool. You're gonna have to let me know where I can find it. I get very small gaps in my life, very small pockets to do things like this, and I like having a little list of things to check out. Leaves getting you wet. Have a blessed day. Gotta run. You too. I'll double check and I'll follow people whose profiles are complete and look like it's okay to follow. I don't have the right way to speak English. That's okay. You know, I'll let you know if I do and don't understand, and if I don't, then you can either try again, or, you know, it's completely up to you. Not everyone speaks perfect English. A lot of people in Canada and the States don't speak perfect English. Hell, a lot of people in Britain don't speak English. When you think about it, English is a bit of a butchered language to start, and the most complicated language on the planet. Apparently, out of all the languages, to teach anyone who's over something like 3 years old or 2 years old or whatever it is, English is the most difficult. I think it's because it keeps changing. There's so much slang in the English language. But that's okay. And it's very generational too. So I gotta get back to my car and get out of here and get back to life. So I'm gonna, can you speak Arabic and Russian or Hebrew? No. When I was a kid I learned Latin, but yeah, I'm almost 50. That's long gone. I can't remember Latin to save my life. Well, if you started speaking Latin, I can do some good guessing, but that's about it. I was supposed to speak French as a kid, but yeah, that didn't go far either. It'd be cool to speak different languages, but them's the breaks. Okay. But I gotta go, because I have to get back to the rest of my life. And back to today, there's still a lot of things to do. I've got a whole computer that needs some serious cleanup because we've got some new editing coming in Monday that I have to get done. So I wish you all a good day or night, depending on what it is from where you are. A good day. And by all means, check the replay if you miss something. But I'm gonna wish you all a farewell until next time, and by all means follow me. And I tend to go back and I check everyone that was live and see whether or not I'm gonna follow you back. So those of you who are just popping in, I'm dashing. Bye everyone.